evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Good evening.
Great. Okay, before I start, because anyway, I wait for a minute or two. Meanwhile, I thought I will ask you all if anyone has a problem with what we saw yesterday. Any question? Anyone?
No question.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I was explaining the difference between among and between yesterday when I think I got disconnected. So just to reconfirm, was this completely done and understood by everyone? The difference between among and between?
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. It was not
No,
done
ma'am.
anything yesterday.
Okay. The one previous, I think, excuse me. I think the difference between IE and EG is clear, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to start today with among and between, the difference between among and between. Okay, like I was explaining yesterday, when I asked all of you also that what is, essentially the difference between among and between, a lot of you pointed it out to me that between is used when there are two things that you're comparing, or, there are only two aspects, and among is used with more. I think this was what I think most of you gave me yesterday, right? But I'm going to ask all of you to unlearn whatever you know or whatever your abstraction or understanding is till now. Just forget that. And I'm going to re-explain the difference between among and between. Now, let's understand that among is used to express all relationships between aspects which are very loose. In the sense, for example, I say distribute the files among the new interns, for example. When I'm saying why is it a loose relationship? Because I'm saying just distribute it among them. I'm not telling you who needs to get which file. I'm establishing a very close-ended relationship between when I'm saying that distribute it among them. I'm not going to give you any details. It's a very loose relationship. Whereas between, yes, it is a myth, I would say, that between can only be, I've also added that here. It was already added. It is a myth that between can only be used between two things. That is not true. Between can be used to express a relationship between one thing and another thing, but that another thing could also be many things. It's not that it has to be only two. So the myth is the idea that between can only be used when you're talking about two things is completely a myth. It's perfectly correct to use between if you're talking about multiple binary relationships. So what the word that you need to understand is that between is used to express binary relationships. Now that binary, I'm going to explain that also, but that binary relationship again can be multiple also. For example, I say, let's look at this statement. Negotiations between the member countries collapsed last night. So over here, definitely, when I say between the member countries, there aren't two, right? There are so many more. It is an array of countries. So between can be used for expressing a relationship between more than two elements, and among is used also when there are more, but it's not a tight but a close-ended relationship. For example, you can also, one more usage of between is that you use between to describe spatial relationships. Now, when I say spatial, it means space and time. All relationships which have a periphery of space and time, you can also use between there. For example, I'm in between of finishing a book. Okay, so that means right now my space and time is occupied by something. So when I say between in that context, I'm talking about a spatial relationship of my space and time. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Two incorrect sentences: among tea and coffee, I prefer coffee. It is between tea and coffee, I prefer coffee. And Adam found the contract between the papers on the desk. Adam found the contract hidden among the papers on the desk. Because again, it's a loose relationship when you're establishing, a relationship which is either of the many. Like I said, distributed among the new interns. It can be either. I don't want to establish who needs to get what. Here, Adam found the contract hidden among the papers. I'm not saying which particular paper. It's a loose relation. Among so many, it was there. Clear? Good? Okay, I'm going to assume that that is a yes and move forward. What is the difference between disinterested and uninterested? Anyone?
Ma'am, disinterested means that it is talking about rights or talking when we are talking about something, we can have some advantages, things like that.
No, but thank you for trying, Dipani. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Ma'am, disinterested means being impartial or neutral, and uninterested means having no interest.
Thank you, Ashi. Anyone else?
Disinterested means having they had interest, but now they are not interested, I guess.
Okay, great. I am going to break these two words down. Number one, they are not synonyms. You cannot interchange them. They both mean completely different things. The first word, which is disinterested, that word means impartial. That means you're unbiased. That means you are not going to take any side between. Okay. Now, when I say, for example, a disinterested jury, why jury is disinterested? Over here, disinterested does not mean that the jury was not interested. It means that the jury was impartial. Please understand, disinterested means somebody who is not ruled by any preconceived notions, no prejudices, no stigma attached. That is what disinterested means. Uninterested, on the other hand, means somebody who does not want or is not interested in a certain aspect which is going on at a certain time. Incorrect examples are students were disinterested in learning the concepts of metaphysics. Jeff was disinterested with the idea of working with the opposing counsel. The two correct sentences are: a disinterested jury who had never met the culprits before was appointed to judge this case. And Adam was uninterested in working on this case, but his boss forced him to take it. Questions here between disinterested and uninterested?
No.
Great. The difference.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
I have some doubt in between. Can you clarify by some example, more examples, like between can we use in multiple things?
Yes, Mithilesh. Okay. See, Mithilesh, what I told you about between was that it's not about multiple or one or two. It's about binary relationships. And those, when I say binary relationship, binary means two-sided. Any two-sided relationship, which can be so many in number. For example, if I scroll up, negotiations between the member countries collapsed last night. Over here, when I'm saying member countries, obviously there's an array of countries which is supposedly here referred to as the member countries. Now, a binary relationship, a two-sided relationship between that particular member country and the rest in the group, all of them fell out. So do you see that I'm not trying to establish that there are only two here? Multiple, so I've quoted it here. According to there is a grammar book which is known as the Chicago Manual of Style. According to that, multiple one-to-one relationships can, if you can understand them through the context, you can use between. Making sense now, Mithilesh?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to move forward to father and further. Okay, does anyone know what's the difference between father and further? Where do we use it? How do we use it? Are they synonyms?
farther is used in a to denote the physical location, or we can express the physical location, while in further is used in sentences like denoting the next thing.
Mhm. Okay. Essentially, that's not the difference. Let me explain the perspective from where the difference arises. Both of them are used for distance, clearly, right? The only difference is the perspective. When you use farther, it is actual distance that you can probably measure in kilometers, in meters, in miles, in nautical miles, whichever unit, because it is actual physical distance. Whereas when you use further, further has nothing physical in it. It has no unit that you can measure it with. It just talks about a figurative or a metaphorical distance between the two things that you're talking about. For example, upon listening to the verdict, the culprits started to run further from the police. Over here, I've used further, trying to denote actual distance, that the police was standing somewhere and the culprits, they started to run away from the police. That is why it is incorrect, because if it is the fact that they started to run away from the police in actual distance, then the right word over here has to be farther. Maria is farther ahead in her research as compared to the peers. No, Maria is further ahead because actually in her research, there's no actual distance. I'm talking about a metaphorical distance that, okay, all the peers that she has, they are at a certain point and she is way ahead of that. Hence, further, because I'm talking about a figurative distance, which is in research on paper, not actual distance. Two correct sentences. The thief can run farther, but the police will catch him soon. John is further away from finishing his project on time. Questions?
FUTHER, further. This can be also, we can say there is a conceptual distance only.
Yes, that's why I said metaphorical, right? Figurative.
Yes. Okay.
Anyone else? Great. I am going to assume, yes, please.
Is it used only for future tense?
No, it can be used in other manners also. For example, the closer I went to my dog, the farther he went away. In the past.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward, the difference between imply and infer. Anyone?
INFER, infer. Infer means to draw a conclusion. Infer.
Through what?
To draw a conclusion of one analysis. That is inference. Then imply means something is meant. Something is meant.
No. I'm going to, okay, forget that. I will explain it. Anyone else?
Sometimes when we spoke like it is implied meaning, something that and we can assume easily, or the meaning is already implied.
Okay, Mahesh, I'm going to actually ask you, explain when you say the implied meaning of this is this. What do you mean by implied meaning?
It means sometimes situations, the whatever situations creates, that it speaks automatically, that we can understand, that is it's implied.
Okay, thank you, excuse me.
Let's example, if someone is not, let's example, you are asking, everyone is understood and everyone is silent, it means it is implied that everyone understood whatever you explained.
Thank you. Good example, Mahesh. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to explain the difference between imply and infer now. Imply as a verb means to hint at something without saying it in clear words. Okay, Infer, on the other hand, means understanding something. So please understand that one is a process of trying to say something without directly saying it, and the other is not a process of saying, it's a process of understanding. So please don't use them interchangeably. It's all of the words, all of the topics that I'm talking about here are native speaker mistakes. That means people even at a much higher level make these mistakes. So please do not use imply and infer interchangeably, because infer essentially means to deduce something or to understand, to decipher something that has not been stated clearly or directly. When you're understanding that, that is inference. When you're doing that from the perspective of actually not saying something, that is when you can say that you imply to say something. Excuse me. Incorrect sentences. Patrick doesn't infer that with the way he spoke. Judges don't like to imply, they prefer more clarity. The correct sentence for both of them. The boss implied that we need to research more in order to make any progress. From his discussion with the client, Jeff was able to infer here, because he's able to understand that they're only worried about the image of the brand that will be perceived when the case goes to trial. Questions here?
Can improvise is synonym of infer?
No. Improvise means, for example, Ankur, I tell you, your topic is, health system in India, public health in India, and speak. And I'm telling you, improvise on the spot. So do something on the spot. Improvise is when you start creating something on the spot without having time to prepare for it. Impromptu.
Okay.
And improvisation is impromptu. Impromptu means immediately, without any time.
Yes. Got it.
Okay. The difference between its and its, one with an apostrophe, one without.
IT apostrophe S means it is. And ITS means something belongs to it.
Thank you, Sasanka Jyoti. Anyone else? Okay, I'm going to start explaining the difference. The first one, when you mean it is or it has is an archaic, probably when I say archaic, it was used for has also. It's not used too much right now, but for it is definitely. Use an apostrophe when it is an abbreviation. When it is not an abbreviation, when you're using it to show possessiveness or to show a belonging of something, do not use an apostrophe. It's a nice bright day. Essentially, when I'm saying this, I want to say it is a nice bright day, right? So the abbreviation is it space is. When I'm contracting that makes it apostrophe S. So it is a nice bright day. It is your decision to make. And over here, it has been a pleasure to work with you. But over here, the online education system has reached its height. It means it is. The online education system has reached it is height. It does not mean it's here. The building started to rumble on its own. Again, this is also incorrect. It's without the S, because on its own, not on it is own. Some correct sentences are here. It's a nice evening. It's your turn to refuse it's your right to refuse the invitation. It's been great getting to know you. The cat hurt its paw, because its is whose paw? Back to the cat. The furniture store celebrated its 10th anniversary. Whose 10th anniversary? Back to the furniture store to show possession. Clear?
Yes.
Great. Okay, I'm going to scroll up and I want all of you to quickly give me some sentences. Thereafter, we're going to move forward. And all of you can, for example, if you can see on the left, you can see all of them. And if you want me to scroll up or down, because my suggestion to all of you would be, try to make a sentence with something that you think you've had a doubt in, or probably something that you had a confusion, or if something was not clear. So make sentence with either pronouns, whichever you think you've had a doubt with or is unclear the most, please make a sentence with that first. Excuse me. Mahesh, one second, Tarandeep, I'm sorry, just 1 second. Mahesh, add some context to your sentence. The to be executed,
Yes, ma'am.
add some context. Tarandeep, yes.
Sorry, ma'am, Miss Smith. The agreement to be executed. Agreement.
Yeah, that's why I said context. What is to be executed? Please paraphrase and resend. Tarandeep, yes.
Ma'am, I've missed a point, ma'am. Ma'am, the pronunciation of both the ITS and the IT apostrophe S is the same?
Yes.
Okay. So
it's their house, and over here it's is without, and it's a great day. Both same.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I invite them to Prerna, paraphrase again, please. So Sankar Jyoti, why have you used between in that sentence, between in the sentence, which of the following countries? I mean, the question is which of the like, what do you want to say? Among the following countries, which one do you want to visit? Do you wish to visit? Is that what you want to say?
No, in your this exercise, I have seen that use of between.
So then my question is not why you've used between. My question is among or between. Why have you used which after that? Between the following countries or among the following countries? Why between which? Why which there?
Oh, no, which should not be there, isn't it? I am wrong.
Yes. Yes. So see, it can be between the following countries, among the following countries, but not between which of the following countries.
No, I am asking the question. So which will come? Isn't it? So I have put that which. So I'm asking a question only.
Yeah. So the word between and among is asking the question for you there. That between this or among this. You don't need which to ask a question, because between or the word among, whichever you use is doing the work of which there. Over here, when you say between which, it's like which twice. Between does the same work. It's the same function there.
Okay.
It's about knowing. Okay. Does somebody still want me to repeat the difference between it and its? If it's clear, let me know. If not, I will.
Yeah, ma'am, you can clear it one more.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will. See, there are two its. The first one over here does not have an apostrophe. That is used to talk about a possession, for example, or a belonging. When you're trying to express that, do not use an apostrophe. Only when you want to denote an abbreviation, which is of it is, that is when you use the apostrophe. It is a great day. In this, which it will come? The ones who had a doubt. It is a great day. With apostrophe, without apostrophe?
With an apostrophe.
Great, great. Does
So, ma'am,
everyone
it's
feel the
used
same?
for, ma'am, it's used for it is.
Okay, you know what? Let me write it down here. Making sense?
Yes, ma'am, right. Yeah. But if without comma is used for another way, like when we use it plus is, we can write its. Or
Yes.
it plus has also write its.
It is equal to a possession of something which is not human. Because if it is a human, it'll be him or her, right? Remember my sentence, it was cat and a furniture store. It can't be a human, but it will not be human. However, it will be singular in nature. It cannot be plural. If it is plural, then it will become there. So ITS without an apostrophe, only used for a possession which does not belong to a human and is singular in nature. Good?
Okay.
Everyone else, good? Questions, doubts here?
Totally clear, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am. Clear.
Great. Don't info on the crypto bill. Yash, paraphrase the sentence, please. And plus, you don't infer on, you don't infer something from. But look at the syntax I'm giving you. Infer what from who. That is the syntax of the verb. You have don't infer on the crypto bill. You're breaking the syntax. Paraphrase. Infer something from someone. Follow this syntax to make the sentence with infer. The closer I think I am in achieving my goal, the further it gets away. It's not applying anything related. Not info what they want. Mithilesh, pertaining to the context, because of why you need to understand that when you're saying that it's not implying anything related to the context, if it is not implying anything related to something specific, because you're clearly stating that it's not implying from that, right? Not info what they want to convey, the engagement letter. Ajit, it is an implied rule there. You've sufficient amount of knowledge to write this story. The biological war is going on among trees. About to complete the task between. No, Mithilesh, your between is correct. I'm sorry, incorrect. I'm about to complete the task between some days. No. Whom should I call for this work? Which one is the best according to you? Ankur, just be careful. If it is a question, you need to put the right punctuation at the end, right? The conversation between them was a secret one to complete. Mithilesh, I'm in between. Okay, the syntax. Write it down if you need to. Whenever you have a structure, I am in between, they are in between. Whichever after between, there will be a verb always in ing. I'm in between finishing my assignments. They are in between planning their next project. A verb in ing will compose that. Or you can use a noun, but you can't use to complete. I'm in between various projects. I'm in between classes. You can use a noun or a verb in ing only. He inferred the facts and made the agreement accordingly. Kiran, you can't say it's my book because you're using my there for possessive. The possessive pronoun of, okay. When something belongs to the subject, like for example, I am Swaneet, okay? It belongs to me. So if I have to say that something belongs to me, I will say my pen, right? So why have you used it's without an apostrophe? Like I said, it can't be it is my book already. My is for the human being. It's cannot be without an apostrophe. It has to be with an apostrophe. It apostrophe s. I hope you understand. And the rest of you, do you understand this? Why it is not it's my book without an apostrophe?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understood it.
Okay. It's essential to continue. She moved further. Ajit, the member countries broke the economic relationship that they had between themselves. The way he represented the date.
Ma'am, will you please scroll to the invite and invitation so I can paraphrase message.
Yes, yes. Here, 1 second. Here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mahesh, why no apostrophe with your it's there? Rainy day? She further stated her statement of defense. Mahesh, context in the previous sentence represented the data. Object was implied to clear all of us. Object is object. To clear all of us. I don't understand what you mean by to clear all of us.
The object of the data which was presented was very much clear.
Then why have you used that? Do you mean to say that the objective was implied?
Yes.
See, not object, objective, right? The objective.
Yeah. Objective. Yes. Objective.
But again, to clear all of us, no, that's also wrong. Paraphrase using objective now. Try to recorrect it yourself.
No need to put the word clear all of us.
The objective was implied to ensure clarity. You need a noun there.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please explain the difference between imply and infer?
Between imply and infer. Okay. Yes. Yes. It's a. Should write 2 words. It's been a year to that. Kalpana, can you explain why have you used the preposition to? What is your perspective? Like there is one perspective if you say it's been a year to that visit. It's been a year of that visit. It's been a year for that visit. All of them are correct. But why, when you've used to, what do you want to express?
I want to express a particular visit.
Then it is off. It's been a year of that visit.
Okay.
The company started manufacturing within its premises. Context of bare accept for intention of the legislator. Excuse me. From whom? Between completing in between the classes. Mithilesh, remember when I said that after in between you can use noun? I did not say you can use article, right? So I'm in between classes, not I'm in between the classes. When I say noun, I mean noun. I'm uninterested in this case whenever we are in class. Has anyone questions may be asked? Mahesh, do you want to say whenever we are in class, question may be asked by anyone? The medium, right? Anyone here is the medium. So to express medium, you need by. It's hard to find humanity nowadays. Okay. First of all, whose name is iPhone? Can you please, because I can't correct you. Anyway, going back to your sentence, it's hard to find humanity nowadays. Nowadays, as an expression, what you mean is one word, not this nowadays. Please distribute chocolates among kids. Mithilesh, why distributes? Whom did she use to write to? Srija, do you know that expression used to? I mean, although you don't hear the D, it's always with the D. She used to. USED, it's not USE space TO. To infer the complex problem. SB6. Choose one among them. Okay, Kiran, after confused, right? Like I was just thinking, you can't use confused to. I'm confused about, confused with, I'm confused about this, confused with, I'm confused in, no, confused about, confused with. Can't use to after that.
Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Invitation. Prerna, I gave them an invitation to the party. Off, no, there. Incorrect preposition. Invitation to something, always. I sent him an invitation. The way he represented the data objective was implied. Mahesh, just add the one objective, right? Definitive. Got an invitation to attend the meeting, invited me to the meeting. Guys, it's a mandatory requirement. Guys, Mithilesh, punctuation of questions. I will send him an invitation to the congregation ceremony. But since this is a name of an occasion, you can also use for. We want to invite them and hence invitation. We want to invite them. Mahesh, common error again. A lot of people use and hence together. No need to do that. We want to invite them, semicolon, hence, comma, an invitation has been sent. It's difficult to infer the exact meaning of the dialogue. Smita, we are doing the difference between all of these things, then, than, me, myself, I, invite, invitation. You can quickly take a look. If you have a doubt between any of these words, please ask me. Sweet chocolates among kids whenever we are in class. Ajit, question punctuation, please. The umpire appears disinterested in the match. Sasanka Jyoti, you've used the word disinterested exactly like uninterested. The umpire appears to be disinterested, full stop.
Yes.
The house is okay.
Is it not correct?
Yes, it's not, right? You can't say that the umpire seems to be impartial in the match, because impartial is not a quality you can switch on and off, right? Either you're impartial or you're not impartial, right? You can't say that he's impartial only in that match. Otherwise, he's partial. You can't do that, right?
Okay.
So the umpire appears to be disinterested, that he's impartial. It's like, can you say that I'm impartial for 5 hours and I'm partial for the next 5?
Yes, right. My sentence is wrong, right? Thank
you. A house is hidden among trees. Okay, I've seen among, the spelling of among 2-3 times, AMOUNG. Everyone who's written that, I've been hoping that it's an error or a typing error, of course. But please understand, AMONG. There's no U there. Who all are invited today for the match? It's me who has done this. Sisters, it's my turn now. Ajit, whom is without E? Whom are you referring to? Whom do you contact after the meeting? Who are you to tell me what's right and what's wrong? I gave them invitation. And Prerna gave them an invitation, whomever it may concern. That is to whomever it may concern. We want to invite them, and hence, Mahesh, again, can't use and hence together. That was the point. Did I correct you or somebody else? I'm not sure. But again, can't use and hence together. Kiran, to whom does this pen belong? And sorry, Mahesh, tell me.
Yeah, correct sentence has already been said, no?
Okay, I haven't reached it. I will take a look. Kiran, to whom does this pen belong? When you don't know it's who's belonging, don't put it, always give it a neutral he, she, it. Who is going to be invited? We want to invite them. Hence, the invitation has been sent. Are the mountains in this tea estate. Ajit, they're already uploaded on LMS, all of them. We're not interested to participate in the music competition. Mahesh, article, I could not be available at your wedding ceremony because my sister's marriage coincidentally. What? I could not be available. I cannot be available for your sister's sister at your wedding. No, it's for what? Because my okay, I can't be available at for your wedding ceremony because you don't use the same punctuation like hence, and you don't use the same punctuation like however also, because will be without, because my sister's apostrophe s here to show possession. My sister's marriage date coincidentally is the same. Whom do you want to meet? Who is he to meet you? So Sanka Jyoti, second sentence, not clear. Paraphrase, please. Disinterested people are most capable to be witnessed.
How to write the second sentence? Who is he to meet you?
What do you want to, what is it? I honestly, I can't even understand. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Who is he? Who is he who want to meet you?
Then yeah, who is the person who wants to meet you then? Not who is he, who is the person who wants to meet you?
Okay.
We could not convey correct message to them. Mahesh, we could not convey the correct message, definitive. We are not interested to participate in the music competition. Again, Mahesh, you're not supposed to use not interested. Remember, we were doing uninterested or disinterested. We need to look among the files, Ajit. Okay, I'm hoping that this is clear, everyone. And I'm going to start with some feedback because there are feedback, I think, for about 4 or 5 days, the entire last week, I guess, and I'm going to come back. So this is another document that was scheduled for yesterday, which if I'm not able to complete during the week, I do complete it on Sunday, right? So post feedback, if we have time, I'm going to start with this, or otherwise we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to first move on to the feedback.
This sentence, how we will correct it?
Which one?
We could convey correct message to them. We could not
convey the correct message, Mahesh.
Yeah,
okay. This is Dipani's assignment. I'm going to start with that. Okay, so I guess what we have to do is make sentences with each of these words, and I'm going to read out the sentences. If there is a mistake, I will correct it. If not, we'll move forward. Either path takes you to the supermarket. They do good vegetarian and non-vegetarian dishes, and I love either dish. Okay, they do good vegetarian and non-vegetarian dishes, and I love either of them. Because over here, Dipani, you have mentioned two, either of them. It's plural, right? Yeah. I hope if somebody else also has a question, please feel free to ask. We have few apples left, so I go and buy some from the farmer's market. A few countries such as China and India are not willing to switch. Was that switch, Dipani?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Spelling mistake.
Okay, they're not willing to switch to renewable sources of energy, not renewable energy sources, renewable sources of energy.
Okay, ma'am.
Most local farmers can't sell their products at a good price, not for a good price. I like most people in my workplace. I'm like most people at my workplace. Dipani, do you know the difference between at and in?
Ma'am, I cannot understand the question.
Okay, over here I said at a good price instead of for a good price. And over here, I said, I like most people at my workplace, not in my workplace. Do you know why have I used at instead of for and in respectively?
No, ma'am. No.
At, according what I know is at is specific to a small place. At.
Specific to small place. Okay, no, not exactly that. Anyone else?
At means
When
exact
we donate
place.
some about location of place and we use at.
Mm-hmm.
At means exact place, ma'am, where we are suppose going or working.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
It's
So
like,
please.
yeah, ma'am. Like suppose we are would like to mention the particular area. I am living at a particular circle in the particular city. So which city will be in and a particular area in the city, at that time we'll use it.
Give me an example, Mahesh. Write it down.
I am living at Regal Square in the Indore. I am living at Regal Square in Indore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, incorrect. There, not
Okay.
at there. You know, I'm not going to get into it right now. I am going to explain it to all of you, probably today or next session. But I've written that I need to do at with all of you. So to give it in a nutshell, at has precision in it. But it has various other aspects to it. So yes, like I said, we'll talk about it one of the successive sessions. There were 2 books on the table, but neither was interesting. Okay, I'm afraid that I like neither. Sorry, you want me to buy. No, so here, see the usage, the structure of neither is not correct. There were 2 books on the table, but none of them was interesting, not neither there. I'm afraid that I like neither of the saris that you want me to buy. I'm going to explain the usage of neither also in one of the successive sessions. Nothing can stop him from revenge. I know nothing about her love life. Several ministers emphasized the need for new laws to curb cyber hate. He bought several books to gift to his nephew, to gift to there. Can you buy some eggs when you go shopping for food? Some judges are open-minded. Can you buy some eggs when you go to buy food? You don't shop, you can't say shopping for food. When you go to buy groceries, when you go to buy food. Someone came to meet you while you were out. I know someone who can help you with your problem. I would like to talk to somebody who is dealing with exchanges. No, I would like to talk to somebody who deals in exchanges. Somebody in exchange, actually. Do you mean exchange rate, or what do you mean with exchanges here, Dipani?
I want to talk about exchange, that when we buy something later we don't want it and return it to the
return. Okay, I thought exchange. Okay, I would like to talk to somebody who deals with your return is the right word now, who deals with exchange there, not exchanges at all. Exchange.
Okay.
Somebody is looking at you from the window. I'm going to the supermarket to buy something for the kids. She's thinking of something. Okay. Any question, anyone pertaining to what I've corrected and why? Apart from at and neither, if there is anything, please bring it to my attention.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in either.
The usage, Ashi?
Yes, ma'am. In the sentence here.
Which one?
Ma'am, the first one. Either path takes you to the supermarket. It should be both paths.
So it essentially should be either of the path will take you to the supermarket. That is the right sentence. But I figure that right now there is a lot of construction error. Yeah, so at neither, either. When I'm explaining all of these, I'll just prepare one sheet and probably explain it on Sunday or one of the successive sessions. But yes, I will explain. See, the thing is with either or, depending on what your perspective is, the verb also has to change in the same function. And that is what is missing in all of these sentences. Like I said, I will explain it in one of the successive sessions. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Is Ravikant's assignment, and it talks about, again, some of these words. All of you must be in the playground. must be in the playground. Okay, so this sentence is only possible if this sentence is said over the phone. It is incorrect if it is said face to face. Do you all agree there or no? Do you all understand why I'm saying that or no?
Yes, ma'am.
It's incorrect if it is face to face. Any guy Sorry, Prerna, what were you saying?
You're saying this, all of you must be in the playground. It has to be said on the phone, not face to face. Why it's so?
Okay, because I'm here, all of you must be in the playground. When I'm saying you all must be doing that, it's my I've thought that it is not true, right?
Okay.
And when I'm saying all of you, and if it is you, I can directly see you, then I cannot say that it is my assumption that you all are in the playground. If it is on the phone that I can't see, only then it is true. That, oh, all of you must be in the playground. If it is face to face, it's incorrect, because if I'm seeing you, then I can't say must there.
Okay, okay. Yes, got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Any guy want to play chess? Anybody, I would say, does anybody want to play chess, or any guy wants? And if it is any guy, if that is the subject, then it has to be wants. Anybody can come and solve the problems. Anybody can solve the problems. Any one of you attended the meetings? Had any one of you attended the meeting? The meeting, question mark. Focus on anything and get the desired result is the law of nature. Okay, focus on anything and get the desired result is the law of nature. Both of you have enough power to deal with the situation. Either you or your friend can come with me. Everything was very interesting there. We don't have enough time to make party overnight. I don't know what exactly, Ravikant, do you mean to plan a party overnight? I don't know what does make party signify here? Everybody is directed to left the club. Everybody is directed to leave the class, not left there. Few of the materials were not enough to deal with the situation. No, that sentence is also incorrect. Ravikant, if you're in the session, can you give me context to enough and few? Perhaps I'll be able to correct it.
Ma'am, what should we use with time? Enough time means we don't have much time.
No,
Time
the
period.
point is not. No, but what do you want to say to make party? Do you mean to say to plan a party?
No, we don't have. Means overnight. I'm focusing on overnight. That overnight we can't hold the party.
You can't hold the party overnight. We don't have.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to say that we don't have enough time to continue the party through the night?
Yes, ma'am.
And through the night, not overnight. Overnight and through the night is different. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
There's a difference. We don't have enough time to continue the party through the night, not overnight there. And last sentence, Ravikant, please help me understand. Few of the materials were not enough. Few of, like, what material are you talking
Few
about?
materials were not. I don't understand.
Okay, number one, few of the, see, with few, you have to use plural, yes, but here material is a word you can't use in plural. Is the material enough? Even if I have lots of material, I will say, is the material enough for you? I will still not say, is the materials or are the materials enough for you? That is why material cannot be used in plural as a word. That is the reason your sentence, no matter what you're trying to say, is incorrect. Making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Like few of the pens are not working.
Yeah.
So pens, yeah, why? You can make it. But material, again, look at the fact that with few, you again used a non-count noun. You can't use that, right?
Yes.
So yes, Ravikant, try to make these sentences again. You have a question, please ask me again. Okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Going to move on to the next. Anyone else questions pertaining to the previous assignment? Okay, I'm going to assume that that's a no. I'll move forward to the next one, which is comparative and superlatives. India is bigger than Pakistan. India is the biggest democracy in the world. The sun is brighter than the moon. The sun is the brightest planet in the solar system. Noida is a cleaner city than Delhi. Chandigarh is the cleanest city in India. The banana fruit is more delicious than the apple. You can just say banana is more delicious than apple. You don't need
Okay,
to
ma'am.
say all of that. The mango is the most delicious fruit. Vipul, see,
Yes, ma'am.
banana essentially is a name of the fruit, right?
Right, ma'am. Right.
Proper noun.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Get rid of this. Okay. And again here, you don't need this. Mango is the most delicious fruit in all the fruits. Among all the fruits here, not in. Okay. Moving forward, learning English is easier than Hindi. English is the easiest language to learn. She's a fine actor and an even finer dancer. Even better, even finer, no, even better you can say, but even finer, no. She's a fine actor and a finer dancer. Or actually, you know, use much more here. And a much more fine dancer. He's the finest, because again,
Okay.
look at count, non-count. Can you degree or not a degree, right? Mumbai is a safer city than Delhi. Bangalore is the safest city in India. I pray that 2000. This is also something that I have covered in one of the documents that we are yet to see on Sunday. When you say words like I pray or I wish, this is another. I think it's somewhere here. Yeah. About subjunctive. Do you all know what subjunctive is? Anyone?
Not over, ma'am.
Okay, I will be talking about it on Sunday. Whenever we use words like pray, wish, desire, hope, you have to follow it up with a that. I pray that 2022 will become more wonderful than 2021. India is the most wonderful country in the world. More wonderful be. Okay, I pray that 2022 will be more wonderful, not will become. There's a difference between to become and to be. Do you understand that difference,
Okay.
Vipul? And the rest, everyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I am going to write that down also and explain it. This is Aristotle's assignment, and I'm moving on to that. Is it the same assignment? Bigger, easier, yeah. Then I'm gonna skip forward. Okay, there's one more assignment. Yes, this is Arushi's assignment. Okay, I'm going to start with this assignment. I think we had to, the question was to read an article, or either, I think it was a podcast, I'm not sure, and you had to state your opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this. Each time I find an error, I'm going to correct it on the spot. If you all cannot understand what is the error, write it down that where I've corrected it, and please ask me all your doubts towards the end. I strongly agree with the writer's point of view regarding inequalities the women face regarding the, okay, I strongly agree with the writer's point of view regarding the inequalities that women face. Because of the fact that you have used that women face, you've made it specific that these inequalities, I'm only talking about the ones that women face. So regarding the inequalities that women face in comparison to men in sports, and especially in the scenario of COVID-19, of coronavirus, making it worse than ever. If you have to write, coronavirus or COVID-19, choose to write coronavirus because it doesn't break the flow of what you're writing. There is no logic in opening the men's sports club when the whole country has been hit hard by coronavirus and shutting down the women's sports club. Men are not resistant to virus and women are not that delicate. I believe both the genders must be seen as sportsmen playing the same sport, not individuals. No, there's a lot of, it's very prosoetic in the sense it goes on and it doesn't pause. Okay, there's no logic in opening the men's sports clubs while the whole country has been hit hard by coronavirus and shutting down the women's sports club. Full stop. Men are not resistant to the virus and women are not that delicate either. Full stop. I believe both the genders must be seen as, okay, sportsman is anyway a man, right? So sports people, gender neutral language. If you're using both the genders, you can't say it's sportsman. And anyway, it should be everyone's prerogative to move to gender neutral language. So must be seen as sports people or sports players actually playing the same sport, not as individuals, not as, yeah. Moving forward, it's completely heart-wrenching for small girls dealing with this biasness. Dealing with this bias, already it's a noun, you don't need an S there. It's completely heart-wrenching for, or again, you can add so many quantifiers, you know, especially, it is especially wrenching, extremely wrenching for small girls dealing with this bias right from an early age of their life and slowly making them use and slowly asking them to get used to it. The gender gap created by authorities in sports kills the enthusiasm of women sports players by making them feel inferior to men. Okay, so I wouldn't say the gender gap created by authorities, but okay, if you want to use the word authorities, the gender gap which has been created by authorities in sports kills the enthusiasm of women as players by making them feel inferior to their male counterparts. I'm just trying to paraphrase very, you know, tidbits of the language, not trying to change it a lot, but yes, suggesting where at least simpler terms can be used. The Football Association ruled that the men's FA Cup tournament, I'm not sure what that FA stands for. Is that, okay, FA Cup tournament would not stop, but postponed the Women's FA Cup. The Football Association ruled that the
Football Association Cup.
Okay, that the Men's Football Association Cup tournament would not stop. Why are you using would with the fact that it has already been ruled? Would is always in a certain scenario. When you're saying that it has already ruled that it would not stop, no, that the men's FA Cup tournament shall not be stopped there, or will come here, will not be stopped, but they have postponed, again subject, but they have postponed the Women's FA Cup till the upliftment of the national lockdown. Full stop. Does it make any sense that the same authority allowing, no, full stop. Does it make any sense if the same authority allows one gender's tournament to play while one gender's tournament to occur while restricting the other genders? Restricting others, no, because there are only two. So while restricting one and then the other, if you are using one and the other, it's something which needs to be stopped. Either allow both or the what? While restricting the other gender, then there's a full stop. This is something which needs to be stopped. Full stop again. Either allow both or do not allow any. Full stop again. Coronavirus will not distinguish between the gender, not genders, they're between the gender. Okay, Arushi, you need to start using more full stops. Really, break down your sentences. I could have easily made 6 sentences out of this one, probably the entire thing that you've written here, and added more clarity. You need to work on that, Arushi. Moving forward, giving more resources and feasibility to men when it comes to sports than women is a sheer infringement of basic human rights. Feasibility is not the right word here. Giving more resources and making it more feasible for men when it comes to sports as compared to women is a sheer infringement of basic human rights. Paraphrase it, yes. Are a woman less important? See, this sentence is incorrect at various levels. Number one, woman is one, singular. Then you've used are, which is plural. And then you've used an article on top of it in the middle, which is again incorrect. Are women less important? If it has to be, then without the article, are, if it is are, then it has to have an E there. This is what they want to convey. No, when you want to ask a question, is this what they want to convey? Not this is what they want to convey. Because when I say this is what they want to convey, it is a full stop. It necessitates a full stop after that, not a question mark. If the women still do not take a stand for the, if women, again, not the women, because you don't know which women you're talking about. If women do not take a stand for themselves for equal opportunities, then it will be too late. If women, okay, if women still do not take a stand for themselves for equal opportunities, comma, it might be too late for them. Paraphrase the sentence. In every sport, be it football, cricket, rugby, soccer, etc., an abbreviation always needs a punctuation, etc. dot. So in every sport, be it football, cricket, rugby, soccer, etc., women have suffered a lot due to the coronavirus pandemic while men are playing as usual. Okay, I would not use BE. I would remember we understood the meaning of IE and EG. Okay, quick question for everyone. If I have to give you an option here, in every sport, dash, what would you put here? IE or EG? Everyone, please give me your answer in the chat box. What's the right word here?
Easy.
In the chat box, everyone, but I'm not going to remember who's saying what, right?
What you have told, ma'am?
I want all of you to fill in this blank. Okay, see this line. Do we all see this line? Over here, instead of this be it, if you have to choose between IE or EG, what will come? And I want everyone to think, really think about it. Don't just send the answer. Think about it. Why will it be that? I really want to see everyone's answer. So please, whatever you think, I don't care if your answer is right or wrong. I just need to know how much all of you have understood or not understood. Has everyone given their answer? I don't think so. The ones who haven't, please don't hesitate if it's incorrect. Give me your answer, whatever you think it is. Okay. I'm going to state the answer. No. The right answer over here is IE, not EG. Because remember what I explained for IE? You are stating something which goes back to explain the previous noun that you're talking about. In every sport, i.e. football, cricket, rugby, soccer, in all these, it's taking it back. It's not an example. You're not saying in every sport, for example, in this. No. In every sport, that is in football, in cricket, in rugby, in soccer, etc., women have suffered. So the right answer here is IE and not IG. Because you're not giving an example of the sport. You are adding more. Remember IE usage when you want to add more information about what you have previously stated. Making sense, everyone? Do you understand why IE, not IG? No, sorry,
Right,
not
right.
EG.
Understood.
The rest, everyone who said EG, do you all know why it's not EG?
So you have to use in football, and that is in football, in cricket, in rugby.
No, I'm saying that to explain it to you guys. If you just write in every sport, I full stop, I mean period, E full stop, football, comma, all of this, yeah, the sentence goes on. You need IE, not EG.
So that will be in
That is what
post,
it
ma'am.
means. That's the implied meaning of IE, that in every sport, that is football, cricket, rugby, soccer. That's what it means.
Then it will be in the coast bracket. It will be like the bracket that is football, cricket, rugby,
Oh,
or
why
in
do
the
you
same
need? No,
sentence.
you don't need a bracket, not at all. No parenthesis needed.
Okay.
Okay, just in every sport, I.E. football, comma, cricket, comma, so on and so forth. Women have suffered a lot due to the coronavirus, while men are playing as usual. Again, while men have been playing as usual. It's not only the sports professional women who have suffered from COVID-19, but even women in every sector dealt with this. It's not only that women playing sports. Women playing sports professionally, if you want to add the word professionally, have suffered due to, not, there's a difference between suffering from and suffering due to. Do we understand the difference between suffering from and suffering due to?
No, ma'am.
No, okay.
No.
When I say I'm suffering from fever, it means I'm actually suffering, going through it. But suffering due to, here, it's not only, women who play sports professionally that have suffered due to COVID. It's not that I'm saying that all the sports women have undergone, have actually caught the virus. So suffered due to the coronavirus, not suffered from. But even women in every sector dealt with, it's not only the sports. Okay, it's not only women who play sports professionally who have suffered due to the virus, but women in other sectors have also dealt with this, have also experienced, not dealt with this, but have also experienced this. They were more affected by care responsibilities. What is care responsibility? More anxious about leaving home to exercise, and more affected by reduction in group activities. They've been more affected, again, they've been more affected due to, I don't really understand what care responsibilities really means. Arushi, if you're in the class, please let me know what you want to say. If you want to talk about they were more affected due to responsibilities at home, that's what I can probably guess the closest, but yeah, not care responsibilities. More anxious about leaving home to exercise, again, lacking a lot of context, and more affected by reduction in group activities, again, lacking a lot of context here, I would say, for all of these. That how are you saying that women were more affected by this? But again, even the activities, I would say, lot of ambiguity. With most of the fitness centers, pools, the gym being shut down, this will take a toll on women's physical health, as they want. So will be reluctant to do exercise on roads or without a group. With most fitness centers, without the article the, pools, gyms, without the article the, because when you're saying most, it cannot anyway use the article the, right? With most fitness centers, pools, and gyms being shut down, it in turn took a toll on women's physical health, as they were reluctant to exercise, not to do exercise, as they were reluctant to exercise on the roads or without being in a group. A catastrophic event happened with Lucy Robinson, a 22-year-old student based in Derbyshire, excuse me, again, a comma, because if you're creating a dependent clause here, it has to end here. When she was out jogging and a stranger followed her on a bike, shouting lewd comments as a result of which, as a result of this, no, as a result, again, a comma before as a result of which, again, a comma, she gave up jogging, full stop. This would affect her both physically as well as mentally. Just like her, comma, most of the women do not feel safe exercising in open roads without a group, without being in a group. Women are both dealing with health issues as well as the risk coronavirus can bring results in trauma. Women are dealing with both. Again, women are both dealing here. Both means it's, so where you use both also can change the meaning of the word both, right? It's an adverb. Where you place it changes the meaning. So women are dealing with both, because both over here is now for the next aspect, which is health issues and the risk due to coronavirus. So women are dealing with both health issues and the risk of coronavirus can bring results, which can result in mental trauma or trauma, but which can result in, can bring results is incorrect as an expression. Over the years, comma, sports prioritizing man in every circumstance. Over the years, sports authorities, I think the sports authorities have been prioritizing men in every circumstance at various sporting events, I would say. This chain needs to be broken, and coronavirus made it more obvious than ever. This is high time when women should come together. This is a high time, or this is, no, this is, yeah, I mean, the right phrase is this is a high time for something, but I would again paraphrase. This is, I would use another word. This is the time that probably women should realize or something, and because the latter part of the sentence pertains to equal rights. This is high time that women should come together. This is a high time that women should come together and stand against the injustice done against them and demand equal rights. Sports should be connected to sports players, not differentiating it between. No, sports should focus on players and not on differentiating basis the gender. Paraphrasing, not between men and, differentiating basis the gender. We should start the initiative by abolishing all the inequalities in the sports sector and later implement this in all the other sectors for the upliftment in the society. We should start the initiative by abolishing all the inequalities. Again, abolish is not the right word. Abolish means that you are saying no to something by law, right? Inequalities by law have already been abolished, but it's the mindset that has not changed. So abolish is definitely the wrong verb there. We should start the initiative by thinking about the inequalities that exist in the sports sector and implement the changes further in other sectors to ensure upliftment of women in the entire society. Add it with something broad, I would say yes. But yes, that's how I think it should be written. People, I mean, if anyone has a question right now, why did I change something where, please point it out and ask me now. But I tried to not, implement or add a lot of changes, bigger changes. I tried to keep it as close to the original, not changing a lot of vocabulary or adding difficult words, because I want that all of you should be able to understand what I'm really essentially trying to do. Questions, doubts? Yes, no? Done.
Ma'am.
Yes, please let me know.
Ma'am, I done my assignment anyway. It is not similar to this one, and I don't have a clear idea how to write a summarize and to summarize different things like academic paper or news articles, things like that.
Okay, okay. Dipani, I'm going to probably include a lecture on summarizing one of the, in one of the weeks. Just allow me some time, because a lot of you have asked me about how to ensure we write in the right manner, how to incorporate things. So I'll probably include summary in the same lesson, but you'll just have to give me some time. Yeah, okay, because see, it's an extra session that I will include all of this in to some, wait, let me just add this. Summarizing also. Okay, but just allow me some time. Once I'm ready, I will let you know when the session is scheduled, and I will include it. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, but give me some time, because for the next 2 weeks, the extra sessions that we have, I mean, there are so many doubts that I will not be able to add it immediately, but I will definitely add it in one of the successive weeks. Okay.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else question? Something not clear? Anything not clear?
No question.
Thank you. And everyone else, I don't think it's going to take a lot if you can tell me a yes or no, because it leaves me with a lot of ambiguity if all of you have understood it or not. So just let me know. Okay, moving on Sunday, we are also going to be looking at the Indianism of the English language. That is the impact that probably our mother tongue influence has had on English language while we speak that language. And again, this document has also been uploaded. So kindly, if you all want, take a look before the session, because this is what we will be looking at. And there's one more document for Sunday, which, no, this one's done, which is this: frequently made mistakes in the English language. So I will be covering either one or both, depending upon the time no, I don't think I can cover both looking at the content of this doc anyway. So yes, step by step, we will be covering these documents, and I hope that this is helping all of you. I shall see all of you, I think tomorrow, same time, 9:30. But before I wrap up, I definitely want to talk to all of you about assignments. I think Charu brought it to my attention that a lot of you have questions. Can you tell me what is the inconvenience that we're facing, please? Anyone?
Not understood properly. What would you like to ask?
Mahesh, okay, for everyone, Charu, who's also here in the session, she told me that a lot of you have questions pertaining to assignments. So please tell me, what are your questions?
I don't have any question.
Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you so much for that. The rest,
don't
please.
question, but I don't have time to do all the assignment, and I will do it by this week only.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Yash. I mean, anyway, we have the deadline and everything. The rest, please let me know. Yes.
I have already submitted my assignments.
Great. Thank you. The rest, anyone?
Yeah, ma'am, I have not done a single assignment till
Okay.
date. Okay. Because I'm really not getting time. Sometimes it happens that I'm not able to attend the lecture, even though I'm logged in, but I'm not able to attend the lectures. Okay. So in that case, like how I should complete, because they say that there is some deduction of marks and all that. I don't, so I've spoken to the particular concerned person about it, but I'm not getting time to complete those assignments. Maybe like in Christmas vacation or something, I'll be able to complete that, you know? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Smita, I see, I understand, like there is a meager 0.5 or 1. I'm not sure. I honestly don't recall the number, but there is a meager.
Ma'am, it's 0.5 that is being deducted.
Great. See, so yeah, that's the amount, right? 0.5. So if you, Charu, it's once and for all 0.5, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's just 0.5. I
Okay.
mean, like, even if you can do it after a while, because see, honestly, Smita and the rest, my intention of, to design these assignments is not that I want all of you to, sit and write every day. The only thing is that I want to ensure that all of you are actually able to absorb everything that we're doing, because I know that my sessions are intensive. Like I cover things. It's just that. So Smita, do it at your own pace. I don't think there's a problem there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And while doing it, Smita, if you're doing it collectively, whenever, if you have a question, anything, just, reach
Yeah,
out.
I'll first. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Anything that you have a question with pertaining to assignments?
Our assignments have started from week 27. To earlier week assignments we have not received. But
Yes, Sasanka Jyoti, because I think you took admission December or November, right?
yes, December.
Exactly. So because the course is a rollover course, right? If you were not there in that week, you don't have to do that assignment. So
Okay.
that you don't worry. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
And
everyone.
yeah,
Yes.
ma'am, sorry to disturb you.
Please.
And one more thing regarding this exam, like there is some exam they have put it in the assignment portal that there is on Discord, I think, regarding some
Smita?
exam. Yeah.
Smita, that is a final test. That is a part of your course completion. That if you want to complete your course, now you have to give your
Okay.
final test. But this is not mandatory right now.
Right. Okay. Fine. Yeah,
It
fine.
is that you have to give after you have completed your course.
Okay, fine. Well, that was my only concern, nothing more. Thank you. Thank you so much, both of you.
Okay.
Great. Anyone else? Any other question? Charu, anything from your side?
Ma'am, some of the students find the number of assignments are too many, that they said that for a week that they cannot do these many assignments in a week. Like, it is too much. That is what I have queries I have received recently.
See, right now, we are working on, trying to see if we can send one assignment for all 3 sections during the week. But again, those assignments are not ready. And again, they will still, entail all 3 sections. So if you get one with XYZ questions or XYZ broken apart, eventually it's the same number, right? So when we get to that, that's a different thing. But for now, I think, yeah, I mean, I would just suggest all of you, as and when you get the time, just get around to it. That's all I can say.
One assignment a week is good to attempt.
Yes, but Sasanka Jyoti, even if that is one assignment, so understand that my classes are on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday, 5 hours a week. Each day I do a different topic, right?
Right.
Reading, writing, speaking, vocabulary, phonetics, grammar. So even if it is one assignment, if I just see, the only difference will happen if I give you one assignment is that that assignment will be longer. Because it's not that then if it is one assignment, I will not question you on vocabulary or I will not question you on grammar. I will still have as many questions because I have to still cover all the verticals of language, right? I mean, this is not math that you just have numbers in it. There's speaking, there's reading, there's writing, there's understanding, and I can't change language. Linguistically, it's built like that, right?
Okay.
So even if it is one, it will still have so many exercises. The only thing that will change is the fact that it'll just come to you once. But having said that, it'll still be as many exercises.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ravikant. And thank you so much, everyone. I shall see all of you tomorrow, same time, 9:30, and we'll take it forward from there. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone.